is the result of the Plumping Velvet Serum-Infused Foundation. So again, you've got a skincare company that's creating a foundation. So you know there's skincare benefits built in. But what you're also gonna see is in the shades, and there are only 4 shades, light, medium, medium deep, and deep, you have color adapt technology. And which is the reason why you only have 4 shades and you don't have 40 shades to choose from, because you have this color adapt technology. So sometimes the hardest part about choosing a foundation, even if the formulation is nice and beautiful and smooth and it lasts all day, but if it's not your color, it doesn't matter, you're not gonna wear it. When it's easy for you to choose your shade, and we're gonna show you a shade chart, light, medium, medium deep, or deep. You just kind of get in your range and you have a foundation that is going to adapt to your color. And Liz, I love this because I know you had talked to women who said, and I'm one of those, I'll have 2 or 3 different foundations that I mix.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you guys have been asking for this for, gosh, over 3 years, saying, Liz, give me a foundation that actually smooths out the lines and wrinkles, gets rid of my pores, and I need 80 shades. I was like, no, it's not gonna happen. Because here was the problem. So many of you said, I can't wear a medium to full coverage. I went to the beauty counter and they just sold me a skin tint because they said I have too many pores and too many wrinkles. So my wonderful chemist said, Liz, blur technology, color adapt technology is now available. So 4 shades, whether you're a light, covers 20 different skin tones. Medium, 20, light, medium, 20, deep, 20. So you're actually choosing between 80 shades, but it's really only 4. So how we did it is very different than any other beauty brand. We went in with blur technology first, using peptides. A lot of companies dump in the pigments first. That's where you get the cakiness, that's where you get the heaviness. We did it backwards. We did it the opposite way. The only way to not look cakey and get that full coverage is to do blur skincare first. Then we went in with the pigments, medium to full, and then we added the color adapt technology. So Patsy's in the light, so if you're Patsy, or the skin tone of Patsy, you can't be Patsy, there's only one Patsy, yes, who's 78 years young. When you look at her before, look at the redness, look at the sunspots, look at the lines and wrinkles. So for those of you that say, you know what, Liz, I can't wear foundation, it makes me look older, I hear you. We've all been there, right? Where we're talking to someone, you're not looking at them, you're looking at their skin. Look at what it's doing. So she's wearing the light, so if you're lighter than Patsy, go with the light. If you're darker than Patsy, go with the light. Light covers 22 different shades. I know, I'm in the medium, which we're gonna show you on Christine, but you're not gonna have that weird line of demarcation. It's not, you can use it as your concealer. Please, when you get it home, and even if you're a famous makeup artist, don't use a sponge, don't use a brush, just the first time, just so you can feel this lightweight mousse that is like velvet on the skin, blurs your imperfections, erases your lines and wrinkles. In fact, I said to my chemist, could you sleep in it? And she goes, Liz, it's better to sleep in this than no makeup at all.
Wow.
Did you catch that? I know. Because it's so infused with so many different peptides, THC, of course, vitamin C to help with the discoloration, but it's that good. So don't think, oh no, am I, you know, an N, an L, a green, a neutral. No, you're right, Tamara. When we did the focus group, everybody brought at least 3 different shades with them because they're like, well, in the summer I'm this, in the winter I'm this. No, this changes with your skin. So if Patsy goes to the Bahamas tomorrow, maybe, and gets 3 shades darker, she's still gonna go with the light.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so so when you talk about color adapt technology, you're also talking about shopping for foundation with ease, shopping for foundation with skincare ingredients built in, having something that's nice and smooth on your skin. I'm gonna put on the medium deep, and I'm just gonna put on just a tad, and you can see, well, you're gonna say, well, Tamara, that's not really your shade. Okay, watch, watch. Now tell me, is it my shade? Yes, it is. That's what we talk about, color adapting, okay? Matter of fact, we're gonna show you the shade chart again so that you can make your choice. And here's the deal. You just get in your category.
Exactly.
And it's gonna be right.
It is, because even if you're saying, I'm a light, but I'm lighter than that model you see there, it doesn't matter, because it covers 20 different skin tones in that light range. Medium, 20 different skin tones. Medium, deep, 20, deep, 20. So don't get caught up on the shade, because it doesn't matter if you're going on vacation next week and you're going to be darker. You don't need to buy 2 or 3 bottles. And if you're someone that's like, well, Liz, I'm a medium, I'm definitely going to go dark. No, just buy 1. Don't buy 3. Don't buy 2. You only need to use 1. But here's what you can use it for. It's your primer. It's your foundation. You can use it as your concealer as well. You don't need to use anything else. But if you're someone that is over 50, you've got lines and wrinkles, you have large pores, you have texture, you have that orange peel skin, look at the after. In fact, this woman brought her entire family, and they all had different skin tones, and she goes, wait, you want us to wear one shade? I said, yeah. She's like, well, we don't though. We all wear different shades.
Yeah.
We actually buy different shades of foundation. I go, yeah, I know. She was like, actually, that lady works at a beauty counter.
Yeah.
And she was like, whoa, I've never seen anything like it. Okay, thank you, Christine. Sunspots, rosacea. A little bit of pore texture going on. So Christine is gonna put on the medium. Watch how easy it is. You're like, oh no, it's too dark, Christine. You picked the wrong color. Watch this. It blends to your skin, erases the pores, fills in the lines and wrinkles, gets rid of the sunspots. I know. And like, boom, there's no line of demarcation. So if she goes 3 shades darker tomorrow because she's on vacation, it doesn't matter. You don't have that weird line of demarcation. Boom, you're done.
Right. And look at it. And her skin looks like it's glowing, and it doesn't look cakey, and it's not heavy looking. And it's clean beauty.
Yes, you can sleep in it. I know. I was surprised. I was like, really? She said, yeah. You're better off sleeping in this than no makeup at all.
You know, isn't it funny too, as you see her before and after, like her entire face, and she doesn't have on concealer, right?
No.
She doesn't have on powder.
No.
She's not layered down with makeup to make her skin look so even. It's just this foundation.
Exactly. And it's a lightweight mousse, and I love it that we're showing you nice and close, Christine, because you can see your pores. You don't see that rosacea. You don't see the sunspots. It's a medium to full coverage. So if you're like, I've always wanted to wear full coverage, but I was told by the beauty counter I'm too old. No, this, again, we went in with blur technology first. We didn't just dump in the heavy pigments. A lot of full coverage is full on pigments, and then they backtrack and add a little skincare. Nothing's wrong with that, but that makes you look heavy. It makes you look cakey. Unless you have 25-year-old skin where you don't have a pore, you don't have a wrinkle, and that's perfect for you. But when you get older, you finally have a foundation for you, meaning that you finally have something that is, even if you have deep wrinkles, sunspots, rosacea, it just erases it because you've got the blur and the color adapt. So choose your shade. It's easy. And my light covers 20 skin tones, a medium, 20 skin tones. Christine's a medium, I'm a medium. But even if I were to go darker, Christine were to go lighter, it's 20 different shades. So right now, you're looking at 80 different shades.
Wow.
I know.
And you're not standing in front of a whole display and you're trying to decide, let's see, am I vanilla macchiato or am I cinnamon? Like, you're not trying to do that, right? Am I light, medium, medium deep, or deep? It's really that simple. This is the medium deep. This is my shade. And again, I put it just a little bit on. And you're saying, Tamara, that is not your shade. Look at this. It is my shade.
I know.
And that was medium deep. So if you can relate to my skin tone, medium deep is for you. If you can relate to Liz, if you can relate to Patsy, I mean, all of the girls, there are 4 buckets: light, medium, medium deep, or deep. Which bucket do you fall into? Go ahead and pick up your Serum-Infused foundation. This might be the reason you wear foundation again. Maybe you stopped wearing it because it was heavy and goopy. And you know, the funny thing is, when you were saying that the formulator said you could sleep in it, is that usually when people would say never sleep in your makeup, it was because of foundation. It was because foundation was so heavy on your skin. It's almost like you got to get it off as soon as possible. Look at these results.
Exactly. So you can use it. It's your concealer, it's your foundation. You can take it all the way down your neck. If you're someone that says, Liz, I have a lot of sunspots. I spent decades in the sun. What can I do? No, wear your V-neck this summer. Wow. Look at the skin. Oh, and speaking of summer, if you're someone that's hot 24/7 like me, or you get the hot flashes, whatever it is, it doesn't budge until you wash it off. So you're not gonna have the sweat marks. You're not gonna have the makeup separating or peeling up. It stays put and you're getting that full coverage. So don't worry if you have a lot of dark spots, a lot of discoloration, a lot of sunspots like Christine, or maybe you have rosacea where it's really red, any kind of imperfection. This is your full coverage foundation. but it doesn't look cakey. It doesn't settle into the lines. It doesn't say, hello, look at my pores. It actually blurs your imperfections first. That's why I'm saying when you get it home, try to use your hands, and there you go. Boom, look how fast that was.
Look at how fast. And that was the medium?
Yes, and look, no weird line of demarcation.
Yes.
So again, if she were to go 3 shades darker, she would still be a medium, but look at her skin. If you're like that before and you're saying, Liz, I have 5 bottles I alternate between, you know what I mean? And I need the coverage because I have sunspots, I have darkness under my eyes, I have darkness on my eyelids. It is your concealer, it is your foundation, but it's full coverage and it doesn't look cakey.
This is so good. I love it. I love that you can easily get ready in the morning. I love if you're saying, I stopped wearing makeup because I just don't have time to find my shade and then layer on different products. Now you don't have to worry about that. I love that if you are going on vacation this summer and you're saying, I want to get by on a carry-on bag, this is it. Because you don't need your foundation, your powder, your concealer, your primer, your serum. You've got it all in one. And if you are going to be in the sun, you don't have to worry about, well, on Monday, this color worked, but by Friday, I need a new shade. You still have your color adapt technology. All you decide is, am I in the light bucket? Am I in the medium bucket? If you're around my skin tone, you're in the medium deep bucket, or you're in the deep. It's that simple. You've got it for under $30, but that price ends today. Tomorrow, this is going to be $39.50. So as long as you can get it for $29.95 and free shipping, do it. You found your foundation. And I love that. 076421 is the number there. Now, if you go to hsn.com, you can see the entire collection of Nakery Beauty, and it's all right there. And so if you ever miss anything, if you ever miss an item number or anything of that nature, you can always just visit hsn.com, and we'd love, and you can just shop. You're just a couple clicks away from getting whatever it is that you've been wanting for yourself. Now, this is how we started the show, and it's been